I went a little farther because I didn't realize the video had stopped. But so I labeled my triangle, right? If I have the interior angle of 52, I know that's my theta. So I put theta here. It's already labeled hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent. I circled x and I circled 40 because we have information for those two sides. We don't have any information for the hypotenuse. So if I'm trying to solve from the base of the tower to this raft right here, I'm trying to solve for x. So I know that out of the three, I don't know where my SOHCAHTOA went. So out of my three trig functions, tangent uses opposite and adjacent. So I'm going to say tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. All right, now let's plug everything in. Tangent of 52, not 38, because I'm using the interior angle, right? It has to be inside the triangle. Tangent of 52 is equal to x over 40, opposite over adjacent. All right, I'm going to kick the 40 in front of the trig function. So x is equal to 40 tangent 52. Let's go ahead and pull up Desmos. 40 tangent 52, and again I need to make sure I'm in degrees because it defaults back to radians. All right, so 40 tangent 52, x is equal to 51.20. Do you see the 7? The 7 bumps the 9 up to a 10, so it turns it into 0.20. Oops, didn't mean to do that. All right, let's see if we get the same answer the other way. So I personally prefer option 2 because it's just easier to me. So option 2 is I know these are alternate interior angles. So if this is 38, then this has to be 38 as well. So now this is my theta. I've got my hypotenuse, my opposite, and my adjacent. I'm still going to circle opposite and adjacent, and I'm still going to use tangent. But this time it's going to be tangent of 38 is equal to 40 over x. So this time my x is on the bottom, which is no big deal because we just switch it. So x is equal to 40 over tangent 38. All right, let's see if we get the same answer back in Desmos. I'm in degrees. 40 divided by tangent 38. 51.2 as well. So x is equal to 51.2. Let's be sure and use units, feet. All right, so we can do either method and we get the same answer. I'm going to use the alternate interior method because it seems easier to me. So this is what I'll use going forward if given the angle of depression. If we're given the angle of elevation, we don't need to worry about it, right? It's already inside the triangle. All right, flip the page over. All right, I'm going to do example 7 and example 8 with you. After that, you're going to do 9, 10, and 11 on your own. All right, so example 7. A nursery plants a tree and attaches it to a guy wire, which is like this right here, to help support the tree while its roots take hold. An 8-foot wire is attached to the tree. So we know that this wire is 8 feet. 8-foot wire is attached to the tree and to a stake in the ground, right? Here's my stake right here. All right, from the stake in the ground, the angle of elevation, which we know is inside the triangle, right? Angle of elevation inside the triangle. The angle of elevation of the connection with the tree is 42 degrees. So that's 42 degrees. Find to the nearest tenth, that's 1 decimal place, of a foot, the height of the connection point on the tree. The height of the connection point on the tree. So I need my x, right? We need the height of the connection point. All right, so I've got everything. All I need is one angle besides the right angle, and then one of the sides, and we can solve for the missing side. So 42 is my theta. So that means 8 is my hypotenuse. It's across from the right angle. X is my opposite side. And then the ground is my adjacent side. So the two sides I will circle is opposite and hypotenuse, which means we're using sine, right? Sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So let's plug everything in. Sine of 42 is equal to x over 8. I kick the 8, so I know x is going to equal 8 sine of 42, and I'm rounding to 1 decimal place, and I need to include my units. So again, I don't know why I keep checking that, but okay. 8 sine 42. All right, so if I'm rounding to 1 decimal, I'm going to look to the second decimal place, and I see a 5, so that bumps the 3 up to a 4. Okay, we need to make sure we include feet, so 5.4, I'm sorry, include units, and they told me it was a foot, right? So x equals 5.4 feet. All right, that's it. All right, so what I really want you to do is pause the video and try number 8 on your own. If you just watch the video straight through, that doesn't help because you're not attempting it on your own. So pause the video, do example 8, and then come back. All right. So from the top of a fire tower, a forest ranger sees his partner on the ground at an angle of depression of 40 degrees. If the tower is 45 feet in height, how far is the partner from the base of the tower to the nearest tenth of a foot? So we need to draw a picture. Let's say this is our fire tower. All right, and a forest ranger who's at the top can see his partner down below. All right, I did my best. My hypotenuse is kind of off, but oh well. All right, now let's label with the information they gave us. From the top of the fire tower, a forest ranger sees his partner. So from his eye level, his eyes go down at an angle of depression of 40 degrees. So I know that I have alternate interior angles, right? So this is also 40 degrees because this and this are parallel. So now I've got an interior angle of the triangle, 40 degrees here. The tower is 45 feet in height. And we want to know how far the partner is from the base of the tower. This is the base of the tower, so we're looking for this, not the hypotenuse. We want to know how far the partner is from the base of the tower. All right, so now we've got one side, we're looking for an x, and we've got an angle, so we have enough information. We know this is my theta. This is my hypotenuse across from the right angle. Across from the theta is my opposite side, which makes x my adjacent side. So the two sides I'm circling, adjacent and opposite, because I have a number and a variable right here. All right, so that means I am using tangent. Tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So tangent of theta, my theta is 40 degrees, right? Tangent of 40 is equal to 45 over x. X is on the bottom, so you switch it. X is equal to 45 over tangent of 40. All right, let's go ahead and get Desmos back out. 45 divided by tangent of 40. All right, x is equal to 53, and then we're rounding to the nearest tenth, so that's 1 decimal place. So if I can get this focused, you can see that, let me see, okay, there we go, 53.62. So that 2 is going to keep the 6 the same, so 53.6, and then we always need our unit with these application problems, so feet, nearest tenth of a foot. So x is equal to 53.6 feet. All right. So now you are doing 9, 10, and 11 on your own. We'll check them together in class. Go ahead and write SOHCAHTOA up here. I also want you to write angle of elevation inside the triangle, angle of depression outside. All right. And always draw a picture. You're going to have right triangles for every picture. All right, draw a picture. You should have 3 right triangles. Once you've done these, if you would like a challenge problem, you can go ahead and do the 2 on the back as well, but we'll be doing these 2 together in class next time I see you. All right, see you next week.